Off an upcoming series I have. The first chapter is called The Luck of a Half Giant. Elvis Severus Potter looked at his watch. 5:04, it whispered to him. It was a magic watch. His father had given it to him right before he left for Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He took up his rucksack and exited the warmth of the Gryffindor common room, past a portrait of a fat lady, and breathed in the cold, stony castle air. He was headed to Hagrid's hut on the outskirts of the Forbidden Forest. Albus Severus had gone there once a week since he started school. November air punched Albus in the face as the castle door slammed shut behind him. Within moments, he was knocking on the groundskeeper's door. "Good afternoon, Hagrid," shouted Albus a little louder than he wanted to. Being such a sensitive creature, the chill of the outdoors threw off his sense of volume. "Roger, Albie," Hagrid huskily exclaimed. "The hippodactyls are breastfeeding." Albus' smile turned to a grimace as he thought about hippodactyls suckling from his own chest. Albus entered the hut. Bottles of potions and half-potions littered the table. The snorts and crumplies from the hippodactyls were bouncing off the walls of the hut like the cooing of lovers. They really are extraordinary creatures, thought Albus. Their long, slender bodies seemed to melt off their mammalian wings. The baby hippodactyls had eyes much too large for their bodies, but that did not seem to impede their weirdo movements in the slightest. As Albus scanned the room, he did not see any hint of the tea time he was expecting. He loved tea, especially Hagrid's tea. It reminded him of home. Hagrid seemed to read Albus's face. "Goodness, I had forgotten to put on the tea. Sorry, Albus. I don't know what sort of host I am inviting you over here and forgetting you were even coming over, and I guess I'm just a mumble." Hagrid became a mumble-flustered mess and jumped into the kitchen. Over the clang of kettles and gushing water, Albus heard Hagrid shout from the other room. "So how's the school going? I hope that new Professor Snowbeam isn't giving you any trouble." "You mean a heart of ice?" Albus said between. "Well, that would be it." The two stared at each other silently for several moments. The sound seemed to disappear from the world as if they had entered a vacuum. The magical whistle of the tea kettle interrupted the icy silence. Hagrid poured Albus a cup of tea. Albus could not tell if Hagrid was frowning under his beard. "I know these first couple months of school must be hard for you. I know your dad cast quite the shadow for you to live up to." "Tell me about it." "Well, I mean, you pretty much saved the world for wizards and muggles and everything else, including half-giants." "I didn't mean really tell me about it." "And your brother, too. He must be hard to follow. Quite a talented wizard, and quite a witch killer, if you know what I mean." "I know what you're saying, and it's making me uncomfortable." Hagrid blushed, and picked up a baby hippodactyl. "You all right today, Albie?" "Yeah." Hagrid could tell that Albus didn't quite mean it, though. "Well, I guess it won't help for me to tell you that I'm leaving." "What, Hagrid?" "I'm going on a leave of absence from school for academic purposes." "Take a look at this here letter." Hagrid produced a rather worn piece of parchment from his robes. "Rubius Hagrid, we are pleased to award you the magical monstrosity grant for your proposal concerning low-gravity hippodactyl research. Please report to NASA headquarters on December 1st. Deliver further directions and recommendations for your journey. Sincerely, George N. Awesometon, Director of Research." "What is NASA?" asked Albus. "It's the Magical Aviation and Space Administration." "Never heard of it?" "Don't blame her, I think it's new." "What sort of journey are you going on?" Albus shivered as he spoke. His only friend at school was about to leave. "I'm going to the moon, Albus. I'm going to see how well the hippodactyls are for a low-gravity climate. The funny thing is, I don't even remember applying for a grant. But it sounds like a perfect opportunity, don't you think?" "You are really going to the moon?" I didn't think wizards went there. Albus, you are forgetting. I am not a wizard. I'm a half-giant. You see, for a long time, people have expected that hippodactyls originated on the moon. I mean, just look at the way their torsos droop. Albus looked over at the breastfeeding creatures and was reminded of a melting hunk of bacon. Do you know when you will be back? Albus needed Hagrid to be his friend, to be there for him. He wished he had been less standoffish when he had entered the hut. Who knows? I don't expect it will be more than a few weeks. I just needed to run a few tests, then I'll be back. A wave of release flew through Albus Severus. Okay. Here, Hagrid rustled through his robes and produced an ellipsoid. What else does he keep in there? Thought Albus. I want to give this to you. Its name is Fredwick. Ask your dad about it. I hope it might come in handy for you. Thanks. Albus fumbled the strange ellipsoid in his hand and felt it shake. Anyway, I have to get back to packing. I leave for London tomorrow. But we haven't even sat down for tea, Albus exclaimed. Here, I'll make it to go. No! But it was too late. As Hagrid waved his magic umbrella, the cup of tea shattered and fell to the floor as the tea evaporated into thin air. Oh dear, mumbled Hagrid. Thank you.